Korea is now a country that receives more than 10 million tourists a year. And the first places that welcome these visitors from all over the world are hotels. The history of hotels in Korea spans over 100 years. The Sontag Hotel, Korea's first Western-style hotel, was built in 1902 in Cheongdong, Seoul, near the Deoksugung Palace, the former Russian legation, and other foreign compounds. It was established by Antoinette Sontag, the wife of the then Russian consul Karl Weber. She earned the trust of King Gojong through her outstanding skills hosting events for foreign dignitaries. She was also known to have served coffee to the king for the first time. The relationship between Sontag and the king even became the theme of a movie. The second floor of the hotel had rooms for state guests, while the first floor housed standard rooms as well as the kitchen and a restaurant. Korea's first coffee shop opened its doors on the first floor as well. The hotel was demolished in 1922, and today a small commemorative plaque is found on what used to be the site of the hotel. Korea's first modern luxury hotel, the Westin Chosun, is located in the district of Junggu. When it was founded in 1914, it was dubbed the greatest hotel in the East, even featuring Otis elevators. Since its conception, the Westin Chosun Hotel has been the preferred choice for numerous heads of state, CEOs of major corporations, and many other renowned global figures. The hotel underwent a major renovation in 1967 to become what it is today, but traces from the past can still be found. The hotel introduced aspects of Western culture such as buffets and ice cream, and it is home to Korea's first French restaurant. It opened in 1924 and is still open to this day. Diners can enjoy both quality French cuisine and the Hwangudan Altar, historic site number 157. The Westin Chosun is the only hotel in Korea to feature a room designed entirely with elements of Hanok, or traditional Korean houses, including its doors and windows. Hotels in Seoul are constantly evolving, and this can be seen in the hotel The Designers, which opened in June of 2012 and is known for its eye-catching design. The hotel's greatest feature is its 90 uniquely designed rooms, all different from one another. 15 artists, including sculptors, photographers, and graffiti artists, were invited to design the rooms, creating Korea's first CNC hotel. Also, every room, including conference halls, features wireless internet, and laptops can be borrowed as well, offering state-of-the-art comfort amidst a unique atmosphere. With different ideas throughout the decades, hotels in Seoul have been leaving everlasting impressions of Korea's hospitality and culture. They will continue to live on with such grand traditions for many more years to come. This is Korea's art mecca and the country's premier place for culture, the Seoul Arts Center. Every year, the Seoul Arts Center stages 1,500 performances and welcomes a constant wave of visitors. It offers a variety of performances from operas, plays, dances, and concerts, as well as multiple exhibitions. It's just like a cultural playground. With so many performances and exhibitions to choose from, everyone can find something that suits their taste. There are 5 main buildings and each has performance and exhibition halls of various sizes.
올해로 25년이 됐어요. 1988년도에 음악당과 서해박물관을 먼저 지었습니다. 오페라 하우스를 93년도에 지었어요. 그래서 88년 이후로 25년 동안 멱사가 내려갔습니다.
The Seoul Arts Center made its mark in February 1988 as Seoul's first large-scale arts center, and it continues to be Korea's premier arts and culture complex. The music hall is acclaimed for its perfect acoustic architecture, so each year world-renowned musicians are invited to put on their best performances. Just to name a few, Sarah Chang, Cho Soo-mi, Anne-Sophie Mutter have all performed on stage here. At the center is the Opera House, which features the famous rooftop that looks like a traditional hat, one of the landmarks here. The Opera Theater is exclusively for opera and ballet performances. It seats 2,200 people and the stage is arch-shaped, allowing for the clarity of voices and instruments, which enhances the impact of each sound.
십자형 무대로 해서 4면 무대가 되어 있고 모든 오페라의 3, 4막 공연을 전체를 풀로 갈 수 있는 시스템이 되어 있습니다. 가장 극장에서 중요한 그 동기운전, 기타 특수 기능들이 다 들어가 있습니다.
The smallest theater in the Opera House is the Chayu Theater. It can stage plays that are very popular among children. The stage is very close to the audience, so you can experience a very intimate and personal performance in this small theater.
저런 무대에 내가 설 수 있을까라는 생각을 했었는데 실제로 공연장에 여기 서게 되는 게 좀 약간 감동적인 부분도 있고.
The theater is equipped with a system that allows directors to freely change the height of the seats for different purposes, so it's ideal for staging children's performances. Across from the Opera House is the Hangar Dom Art Museum, which is known for being open to communication with the public. Considering the variety of tastes and expertise of people, there are many new and experimental exhibitions held here. An exhibition showing Western masterpieces in digital format was very popular. The digital exhibit had even added sound effects, giving a different flavor to each piece.
명화를 볼 때에도 이 디지털 기술에 의해서 또 기술력이 갖고 있는 어떤 다양한 어떤 효과들을 통해서 우리가 명화를 볼 수 있는데요. 각각의 그 디테일들을 하나하나씩 찾아가면서 볼 수 있기 때문에 우리가 기존의 명화를 볼 때와는 또 다른 어떤 느낌으로 명화를 대할 수가 있습니다.
Performances continue outdoors. This is the popular World Music Fountain, which dances to over 500 songs and displays a magnificent view at night with lighting. It features images like mountain ranges and orchid shapes from Korean traditional paintings.
이 근처 사는 사람들은 공원 갈 때 그냥 여기 분수쇼도 하고 그래서 애기 데리고 오기도 좋고 공간도 넓고 도심 속에 이런 데 별로 없을 것 같네요.
Seoul Arts Center has been around for more than 25 years and will continue to be an important landmark in Korea's cultural history. So for some artistic inspiration, how about paying a visit? We're at the Seoul branch of the National Museum of Modern and Contemporary Art, situated near Samcheongno. Located in central Seoul, it's built in a convenient and accessible location. This museum was built with glass to highlight clean lines and emphasize simplicity. This is because the main goal when designing the building was to create a modern space while preserving the old hospital building for armed forces and the former Defense Security Command headquarters as much as possible.
역사적으로도 중요하고 현대사에도 중요한 그런 위치에 자리 잡았습니다. 주변의 경관들, 그 특징들이 가장 잘 드러나도록 아주 미니멀한 형태와 그리고 그런 것들을 잘 볼 수 있는 마당들, 이런 것들, 외부 공간들에 신경을 많이 썼습니다.
With 50,000 square meters, this is where the traditional and the modern coexist. It's a new city landmark that emphasizes its surrounding historical importance. The MMCA has a total of 8 exhibition halls and a multi-project hall. There are 5 exhibitions, but galleries 1 and 2 are showing the most significant pieces from the museum's collection. These best represent their era and tell the story of how modern art has evolved since the Korean War. The galleries are mostly located in the basement floor, but because the museum lets in a lot of natural light, you can enjoy artwork in good lighting.
다른 미술관은 닫혀 있어서 좀 어두워서 좀 분위기도 좀 어두운데 여기는 자연광이 들어와서 더 밝고 분위기가 실려나서 미술 작품이 더 예쁜 것 같아요.
High ceilings and wide halls allow for the display of large installation pieces. Thanks to the Media Lab, the display of new multimedia fields are possible, like text animation that moves with the music. Here you can look at various genres of modern and contemporary art. This is the largest installation piece in the museum. It's 15 meters high and 13 meters wide. It's a real-size replica of a 3-story townhouse, and inside is a reproduction of the artist's traditional 2-story hanok. The Seoul Box exhibition area allows for these large-scale artworks.
구조 자체가 열린 미술관이고요. 저희 프로그램 자체도 미술 전문가나 아니면은 일반 관객들이 오셔서 어떻게 보면은 미술관을 방문한다고 하기보다는 또 커피를 마신다든지 또는 식사를 하기 위해서 잠시 들릴 수도 있는 어떤 휴식 공간이 될 수도 있고요.
After viewing artwork in the basement, you can come up to the first floor where there are rest areas for museum visitors. This is the theater. This place was built to show difficult-to-find art films to the public. Right now, they are screening 6 different films.
미술관이라는 곳이 어쩌면 좀 멀게 느껴지는 곳일 수 있는데 이런 편의시설을 해줌으로써 지나가다 좀 편하게 들릴 수도 있고 그래서 좀 접하기 쉬운 편안한 공간으로 다가올 수 있는 것 같아서 좋은 것 같습니다.
Here we are at the magnificent Sejong Center for the Performing Arts, a symbol of Seoul's arts and culture. The Sejong Center represents the first generation of Korean modern architecture. The building of the Sejong Center used to house the Seoul National Hall, but after a fire destroyed it in 1972, architect Deok-moon was assigned to design a place for culture. The government requested a place as large as Pyongyang's Mansudae Art Theater. After responding that the design aspects should be left to the architect, conceptualized and delivered the Sejong Center. Between the Grand Theater and its inner yard and the smaller M Theater, a square was set aside. Traditional pillars known as baeheulim were depicted through the use of narrow and wide granite stones. Rafters were used to represent a hanok's roof. The cross stripes often seen in royal courts were implemented within and outside the performance halls. Visualized the Sejong Center as a place for all residents of Seoul, and he strove to keep it that way. The pipe organ, the largest of its type in Asia, was installed after a lot of persuasion from the architect himself. The Grand Theater's stage takes up as much room as the seats do, as the number of seats was reduced in order to make room for a better stage. The Grand Theater is a reflection of philosophy while hosting world-class performances. Next to the Grand Theater lies the Chamber Hall, which has been optimized for recitals. Recently, as part of a drive to attract more visitors, the Sejong Center is hosting a variety of exhibitions in its M Theater. It's also hosting free exhibitions in the underground hall at Gwanghwamun subway station. As such, the Sejong Center is living up to the original concept that it should be a place for all Seoul residents to enjoy. There is a unique building in Jagokdong, Gangnam-gu that commands attention with an array of Hanja characters on its exterior. This building has won numerous architectural awards, and it is the Tan Haw Memorial Museum. 108 rusty steel pillars representing the 108 passions of Buddhism stand at the front. The museum celebrates and exhibits Venerable Tan Haw's achievements, including valuable translations of Buddhist teachings. The name Tan Haw means to fill an empty space, a concept that has been reflected in the museum's architecture. The inner walls feature texts in bronze showing how Venerable Tan Haw firmly believed in the importance of law. The Bangsan-gul room was designed to depict the concept of filling an empty space with its statue of Buddha. The museum has received acknowledgement for its Buddhist art quality. We now move on to Samjikgil, a popular hotspot for locals and tourists alike located in Insadong. The word gil means road in English, and looking at how Samjikgil is designed will show why the name has road in it. From the outside, there's a road that goes up to the 4th floor, and there's a spacious square in the center. The square is host to a variety of exhibitions and performances, and all can be enjoyed for free. In fact, the square has played a big role in emphasizing how Samjikgil is open to the public. The spiral path is 500 meters long, which adds to Insadong's 600-meter-long strip, resulting in more shops and space for visitors to enjoy. Seoul's buildings of arts and culture are not just buildings to host performances, but also cradles of vision and values. Buildings are considered a reflection of the times and the height of spatial art. Let's take off on a journey through Seoul, discovering the story behind the city's buildings. Seoul National University is considered by many to be the most prestigious university in Korea. There is a building on campus as iconic as the university's unique front gate. It's the Museum of Art, the first art museum to be built on a college campus in Korea. Built on a hilltop, the museum seems to float in the air from a distance, and all of the museum's faces are shaped differently. The museum was designed by world-class architect Rem Koolhaas, who was inspired by a tour through Korea's Buddhist temples. All of the halls in the museum are interconnected, giving the building an open interior that is rarely seen in Korean buildings. The MOA boasts various facilities other than the main exhibition halls, making it a favorite destination for SNU students and the local community. Jangchung-dong is famous for its gymnasium and its delicious eateries. But when in Jangchung-dong, a must-see is the Gyeongdong Presbyterian Church established in 1981. Built by renowned Korean architect Kim Soo-gun, the church is a demonstration of architectural design. The outer walls are decorated with ivy and bricks symbolizing a broken self. The stairs leading behind the building represent the suffering of Christ, and the overall shape of the building is inspired by hands clasped in prayer. The interior is dark even in daytime, The ambiance is like that of an underground cemetery, grand and solemn. The interior design is as unique as the exterior. It is the first church that broke with Confucian tradition and allowed men and women to sit together. Myeongdong is a popular tourist destination among Koreans and foreigners looking for a day of fashion and beauty. In the midst of shopping malls, cafes, and shops, one can find the Korea Post Tower, rebuilt in September 2007 as a new landmark of Seoul. The theme for the design of the Korea Post Tower was eco-friendliness and energy efficiency. The building stands out in particular because of its frame, which is split in half like the tail of the barn swallow, the symbol of Korea Post. It is an innovative design adapted to fit the regulation that new buildings inside the four old gates of Seoul cannot be any wider than 50 meters.